Aquarius, welcome to your August 2016 love reading. Okay, so the overall energy is the Hangman card. So something is kind of, just up in the air, pardon the pun, or, looking at it from that perspective. And typically in a love reading, I would say that if you've met somebody, you may be kind of still assessing whether or not the relationship is happening. And I'm going to kind of skip over and look at the past influence to get more clues. So we have the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So, this could really be a situation of maybe the person who is the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, is a person who may have done something really low down that caused you to be feeling a sense of betrayal and like you are trying to pick up the pieces. And the Knight of Pentacles maybe, so in other words, it may be that you were with somebody who was, it could be that that person is the same person, that the Knight of Pentacles is the person who did that to you. So that would be somebody maybe at work, or somebody who is a very work-oriented individual, a very serious person when it comes to their career and making money. It could relate to the earth element, so it could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn individual, and that person may have caused you a lot of pain. It could be that there was an air sign individual in the picture, either a fellow Aquarius or a Gemini or a Libra, and now you have been, either you're forming a relationship or you're attracted to somebody who's an earth sign and you're just kind of waiting it out. Let's look at the current energy here. The Five of Wands and the High Priestess. Well, the High Priestess is about, uncovering secrets sometimes when it's dealing with relationships. And, the Five of Wands can be some sort of combative thing going on. So what could be suggested here is that I could see somebody who was in some kind of marriage who may have discovered something about their partner, and maybe they are currently getting a divorce, and the Five of Wands is that, situation of fighting for whatever is left regarding, property matters and things of that. It could be, it's pointing, sometimes it's not necessarily a negative thing. Sometimes it's like just friendly competition. But in this context, with the past being this very dramatic Ten of Swords, I can't help but think that perhaps, you have seen the light about something. Maybe it is a past relationship that didn't work out. And the Hangman could just be saying that either you're in the process of getting divorced, or uncoupling, how do they say it? Uncoupling, conscious uncoupling with that person, or maybe it's unconscious uncoupling. And you have to deal with contention, and you're waiting to get free from that whole situation, which, it's kind of interesting, because this is, the problem with marriage is it's very easy to get into and very hard to get out of. And so I'm not a fan of it myself, but to each his own. So it might be just that sort of situation that you just want to be done with it, and it's dragging on. And maybe you have finally come to a sense of peace about it, because the Hangman in the upright position can show that there is this sacrificial energy or a detachment that you've taken. Maybe you're seeing it in a whole new light, whatever happened. And I'm just going to keep going on to see if I can, uncover more of what's happening. The higher message is the Five of Cups. So we have this second five in addition to the Five of Wands. Five is a number of instability. And so there's like this sense of flux, of things not being totally like settled in your life. And I feel like the spiritual message in all of this is that for some of you, you may have gotten into a relationship with someone and you were a wounded person going into that relationship. Maybe you were, maybe this goes back decades. And so you were not really present within the relationship, and that's why it was not able to sustain itself. And it could be that you were unavailable to love. Aquarius, does have the reputation in general of being very, very remote, sometimes aloof. And some of this can stem from childhood sometimes. And if you did not have the nurturing that you needed, if you did not have the bonding with parents, that sometimes doesn't happen, that can exacerbate any tendencies to be overly detached, and then it's very hard for you to get close to somebody. And if you don't get close to somebody, they might seek it elsewhere, and that might be where this came along, where any kind of betrayal, any kind of feeling that, the Ten of Swords too can just mean that everything, that's like it, there's no going back. Maybe some of you were kind of back and forth with somebody, and it's on again, off again, and then it's just too painful. But maybe you still have some woundedness in your overall nature that is going to stay with you unless you address it. And you're looking for new faces, but the same situation may occur unless you change. Now, there may be a fire sign individual around you. This is the influence that surrounds you. Now, this could be a person, but this could just be other things that are happening. So it could be that you're either like, if you have a business and it's doing very well, you may either be tempted to travel or be required to travel. And that may fit into your plans, or it may create some sort of situation where, if you've been waiting on a particular partner, that may not be something that is, where you can actually sustain it because you may be moving. You definitely are kind of looking for more out of life. And actually, this can be a very good period for you because if you are coming out of an old relationship, you may just want to start life totally fresh, totally new. And so the Three of Wands may be just about, going off into the sunset and recreating yourself. And so it's very interesting, what kind of things that people do in order to kind of change after they have been in let's say it was a long-term relationship, a long-term marriage. Some people, are married for 25 years and they get divorced and they have to start all over again and they have to recreate themselves. And so some of you may be going through that in some fashion. But there's definitely a feeling of positivity with the Three of Wands. There's a feeling of abundance. There's a feeling of passion for your life. So if you were in a situation that felt really kind of dead, now you spring back to life. The card that crosses you is the Star card. And I think this is connected to Aquarius. That looks like the water bearer. The same symbolism or, depiction as Aquarius's sign. But I think that what this, as a card that crosses you, you have to maintain the faith. You may feel, still more like this than hopeful. And, both of these cards, the Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords, are cards of suffering, okay? There's no getting around suffering in life sometimes. And the way we counter that is by for some people, it's just having a religion that comforts them and, makes them see life from a larger perspective. For some, it's a spiritual view of life, or, versus when I say religion versus spiritual, I mean, basically it's the same, but I'm talking about it may be kind of more open-ended and not just deal with particular dogma, but may deal with, nature and things like that. That gives us hope. And whatever it is, whatever gives you that sense of hope, make sure that you cultivate that if you are going through a difficult time. Don't just rely on your intellectual faculties the way that most Aquarians do. Most Aquarians, most air signs try to think their way out of things and become overly intellectual sometimes, and that kind of unplugs you from your heart chakra even more so, which may be the culprit in a lot of the problems in the first place. So maybe that's one of the things that you need to do too. Maybe you need to do exercises that stimulate opening of the heart chakra. If you have a blocked chakra, there are different asanas in yoga that kind of connect to the chakras. You might want to just Google it, and see what you can do. Maybe there's also some other types of exercises. But definitely cultivating hope over cynicism, because these cards can easily lead to somebody becoming cynical and saying, oh God, all men are just like dogs. All women are female dogs, and not seeing people as individuals. Aquarius is a fixed sign. Fixed signs tend to be very stubborn in their beliefs, and it becomes, and that can also lead to holding grudges. So all of those things kind of conspire to perhaps make somebody cynical. And so you want to guard against that with the Star card as a challenge position. And the advice is the Three of Cups. So this is just about enjoying your friendships. Maybe you have been out of touch with your friends. This is kind of like the energy of the collective. This is an energy that I really do associate with Aquarius, because you do tend to be very people-oriented. You like groups, and you like your friends. You know, the 11th house in the overall the universal chart is ruled by Aquarius, and it's the house of friendships and groups. So maybe that's something, if not just with your own personal set of friends, maybe you need to join groups and to get over this quicker, and to also network with people who are like-minded. But it definitely is a lighthearted energy. It's something that feels collaborative, feels like you're touching the hearts of more than one person. So it's not like a one-on-one situation, but it's definitely kind of a party-oriented, just festive, I should say, type of a vibe. And then the outcome is the Four of Cups. Now, I did pick an additional card because the Four of Cups might be more of a, what do you call that? When I say a warning or I can't think of that term, but a cautionary tale. If you are not picking wisely your partners, you have to guard against being blasé about life. And again, it could be going back to whatever's happening. If a lot of people might not know this, but one of the rulers of Aquarius is Saturn. It's also ruled by Uranus, which is a very electric, unpredictable energy and very energizing. But Saturn is the ruler of Capricorn, and so there's this very stoic and serious, driven energy, disciplined energy that is also part of the makeup of Aquarians. And this is one of the reasons why all Aquarians are not wild-eyed hippies. Some of them are actually very conservative individuals. And the Four of Cups is that it's not cynical, it's just, meh about everything. I call it the meh card because it's like, it's being offered this golden chalice from the heavens, and it doesn't give a damn. It's just, kind of existing. And the three, that's why I say that this might be the most important card in this reading, is the Three of Wands, because it's a card of potential. It's the card of, something that you're working on really panning out and being very successful, specifically if it's your career, but it can relate to anything, including love, and it's a passionate type of a feeling. Now, you're not a passionate type of person, but you do very well with fire signs. So it might be somebody who is a fire sign who is much more suitable for you than if you've been dealing with an earth sign or an air sign. Maybe you need to inject a little bit more passion in your life. The card I picked with Four of Cups is the Chariot card, and this is the card of victory, even though there are opposing forces. There's a lot of distractions around you, and so depending upon what else is going on in your life, I feel that you have what it takes to attract a person who is more appropriate for you. But I do feel that this card may be kind of also suggesting a period, like a timeout, where you kind of assess everything that's going on and make your decision of what you want to do. At the end of July, on July 30th, Uranus, which is one of your rulers, will be turning retrograde. And so this will kind of go over some things from the past in your life. And so this may be a period that the Hangman card is representing as well, that you're going into August with that kind of energy of review and kind of suspension. So, wow. I hope that at least a couple of these cards resonated with you, Aquarius. If you would like a private reading using your personalized natal chart, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a wonderful August. Bye.